Okay, verses 1 through 7 talks about specific sins. And God gives victory through the Holy Spirit over sin, victory over those sins, specific sins. Let's look at them. Verse 3, chapter 5. But among you there must not be even a hint of sexual immorality. And the Greek word, it's one word in the Greek language. It's the word porneia, from which we get our word pornography. Some young men here, maybe some old men, they have those dirty pictures. It's so convenient. Just turn on your computer and there you see them. You don't have to give in to that stuff. When you let the Holy Spirit come into that closet at the top of your stairs and clean you up. Yes. Verse 3 talks about greed. Do you see it? Or any kind of impurity or of greed. The Greek word there is the word we translate to covet. And remember in Colossians chapter 3, we read that covetousness is the sin of idolatry. Some of you would never, ever bow down to a little idol. But to go to the shopping mall to covet things. You know, we moved up there behind the high school, and our neighbor has a little sports car, and it's red. It's what they call it, the color is candy apple red. Oh my. And he keeps it spotlessly clean and shiny. And every once in a while, God has to say to me, Paul, don't covet. Get the idea? We focus on things that can corrupt. Verse 4 talks about dirty talk. Nor should there be obscenity, foolish talk, or coarse joking, which are out of place, but rather thanksgiving. My dad, after he was filled with he had a filthy tongue. He did. But after he was filled with the Holy Spirit, I never heard him use the Lord's name in vain or use filthy talk. Not the F word. God changed him. And it's the filling of the Holy Spirit that God works. And verse 18, we already read, be not drunk with wine. Some here are struggling with this. Let God fill that area of your life and give you the victory over those sins. And how wonderfully God does it as we trust him. And chapter 4, and remember, when the Holy Spirit inspired the Bible, there were the breakdown for the chapters and verses. It wasn't there. And so chapter 4 and verse 31, get rid of all bitterness and rage and anger, brawling and slander, along with every form of malice. Some here struggle with angers. People have done you wrong and you're angry. How do you deal with that? The secret is the victory that comes by the filling of the Holy Spirit.